What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Yes, sir.
Here to talk about this debate and how it went.
So, what was your views, man? It it was very entertaining.
Yeah, yeah. I felt like it was some good. I think both of them performed better than I was gonna give them credit for. To keep it
Indeed,
real.
indeed. A lot of times Kamala, it looks like she's not putting her all into it. She's not serious. It's almost as if you hit a couple nips backstage and you came out and just like freestyle.
Yeah,
But this time
I
I
think she did
seen,
pretty. Yeah, she was
yeah,
pretty. I think she was able to show us everything that he wasn't with a lot of things, but I could also tell that he was very restrained too for him to be. It ain't remind me of the. It definitely was night and day from how he performed during the Biden when he went to debate Biden. Night and day, way better. Better responses. Everything. I even like how when he respond when they brought up. I told you before about asking her ethnicity. Like I'm glad he straight up say I don't care. Like that don't have nothing to do with nothing because he
right.
got ahead of it and got past that shit.
I felt like that was a move when they asked him that. I think they were going to try to checkmate him on it. You know what I
Yeah, his
mean?
team
And
prepped him well on that. You could tell he ain't do it on his own because you know when he do
yeah,
shit on his own, he be all over the place.
yeah, he's not a politician. That's a fact.
He
You
is a
know.
politician, man. All of them are fucking liars.
Well,
He's not the politician that we used to seeing. Like I like when they was doing at the end when they was talking about it, they was saying that neither one of them taught policy. They all went around the world. She was on some read the world shit that at the end of the day, he did bring up something at the end of the debate about we in the middle of different wars and could go into World War III. I doubt, I mean, that happened, but we have different wars we fighting on different fronts. We don't need no kumbaya. We need to build our military up, build our defense systems, and we might have to be aggressors in some situations, but
yeah, but that's just sometimes you have to show dominance in order for people to
mhm.
take you serious. We know how that goes. You
Yeah,
know.
she gonna have to show dominance so people to take her serious. Not only because, okay, if she want to go the route, she a black woman. She also gonna have to show dominance that she can lead during war times.
Lead with logic, not emotion. That's very
Yeah,
important. I feel. You know.
yeah. I mean, she
You
gotta
can't.
know how to control, how to make good use of your emotions, because we all gonna have emotions and certain decisions, but she gonna have to learn how to make good use out of that shit.
Yeah, because the fate of America resides on that. You know, this is not just you can't make a mistake like that.
Yeah,
We look for people like this to lead us. You know what I mean? And if she's really for the people, she will be willing to hear us, hear our voices and our concerns. You know
yeah.
what I mean?
I think that like we the world, we the people shit is bullshit, but I do 100% agree. I feel that shit is bullshit, because he definitely um hit her with some real shit. Like, yo, you been in charge for the last what 3.5 years. So how about you get all your shit together, go down the fucking the Capitol, back to the White House, and put the shit that you say in
Into motion.
yeah, put the
For
shit
real.
into motion. Like, don't just say what you would do it. You in that position, do it. So I agree with him on that shit.
I think the whole America agrees with that because all we've been seeing over the course of our time since I've been able to vote and understand some of what's going on, people talk it, but they not living it. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? They sell you a dream.
yeah,
Sell you, you know what I mean? They could sell the freaking devil fire in hell. You know what I'm saying? Uh so now it comes down to, all right, let's talk about, like as you say, policies. I like to talk about the Constitution. All right, so the rights of the people. So stuff we see that's going on. We see they're trying to take your First Amendment right. They don't want you to talk about this. They don't want you to talk about that. You know what I mean?
Platform we in feel like that.
You see what I'm saying?
We on it, so it feel like that. They don't want to give you no.
You know, a person that's willing to uphold the Constitution is definitely a start to who I would want to be in position. You know, it was crazy too when we talk about the Constitution. I remember when Obama was in, he mentioned something about he wanted to change the Constitution, and I was thinking to myself, I'm like,
when you say change it how?
He wanted to edit. He wanted to make amendments.
We've been doing that.
Addendums, addendums. He wanted to make like an addendum to.
We've been doing that since the beginning. I mean, it's a good thing to be able. To actually, if we're gonna make stuff better, I mean, shit, what would we be without the 13th Amendment?
Oh, look,
22nd Amendment, like, you know what I mean? Different. So I mean, if you gonna make reasonable shit that you're not taking away rights, but you add into or making better for equality or human relations or human rights, then yeah, I'm all for it and shit. Like, I'm not against immigrants coming in the country. I'm pro legalized immigration, you know?
Mm.
I'm pro America. I'm pro us. I'm not for the whole. I'm for America first. Like, I don't mind us looking out for other people, but I'm America first, man. Not second, not third, not no. She was talking at. Listen, man, I was more raised up. I could relate more to fucking Malcolm X than Martin Luther King. So I wasn't with that. I have a dream shit, you know? When she's talking all that kumbaya, I have a dream shit. I'm with that. I'm with the, this is what we got to do. Let's put some goddamn actions in, you know? Mm-hmm. Let's do what's best for us. Like, and when I say that, I mean that for every type of American you could think of, from Black Americans, Caucasian Americans, Hispanic Americans, Asian Americans, you know? Mm-hmm. But when we talking about, we're going to give this and that and that and this, and like, you starting to sound like a goddamn, what's the name of that shit? When you running for class president, like my son about to run for class president, you say a bunch of bullshit that don't mean nothing. Like, I'm going to make sure it's Kool-Aid in every water fountain in school, and I'm going to do, she's saying that with the whole,
that's what a politician is.
Yeah, I'm going to give everybody.
So you anything.
Yeah, what she's saying? I'm going to give everybody $25,000. Well, first-time home buyers. What about us that's already in homes that everything done skyrocket on and we need some cushion? You know? Right. That our mortgage done my mortgage just went up. My taxes just went up. All this stuff went up.
The escrow, all that. Come on.
Let's talk about putting that money, that extra $25,000, the money that we give into the migrants, put that in our school system, man. They just had the Frankenstein deaths in our school district with my property taxes went up. When our property taxes is supposed to reflect right back into the streets, right back into the educational system and shit.
Right. And that's why that was my biggest thing with this too. I'm like, all right, we're in this age of massive technology, right? Mm-hmm. So why can't we incorporate something like this? We are, tax-paying citizens. Why can't we be able to select where we're putting our dollars? We should have like a whole different market. You know what I'm saying? And there's places where you can put your money. It's got to go somewhere. I want to put this much percent into the school system. I want to put this much percent.
I mean, I think that's how they do it. They're supposed to put certain percentages into these certain.
Right. But I want to be in charge of that. I want to be able to put my money into these.
So you want to do it with individual taxpayers, kind of like TSP, where you pick how much a percentage you want to go to different groups.
Right, because at least then
And when
I
we
know where my money's going.
the listeners and the watchers, you mean the groups like when we saying groups like different economic policies that's going to structure around our community, from like you said, the roads, the infrastructure to
Right,
educational
that's what I'm
system.
getting at. That's what I'm getting at, man. It's just crazy, you know. But you know, overall, you know, going with the tide, if you will. Just like you said, I'm okay with the migrants coming over. I'm also a big fan of going through the proper chains of commands. So, you know, we have people here now that are following the necessary protocols to get their green card. You know what I mean? To
It
become
ain't
citizens.
people that do it the right way.
Exactly. It's not fair to these people that are following the necessary protocols when they got people coming over that don't have to. You know what I mean? They just off the rip, like, you good. Here, take this money. Here, you know what I'm saying? We'll get you a driver's license here. You know, it just doesn't sound right. You know what I mean? It's not fair. So better believe those people that are following the proper chains of command to do it the proper way in our country, they're going to feel the type of way.
Mm-hmm.
And I agree with them. I cannot blame them. You know what I mean? You'd be surprised how many people I talk to on the street that tell me that they had to study the Constitution. They had to do a lot. They had to even say their one of the questions, like they said, would you participate in the military if we ever went to war? Something along those lines, and you have to say yes. Right?
I mean, which you should. Every citizen should want, you know what I mean?
Indeed, man. So I think that has to be addressed. You know what I mean? They should fall in line with following the same guidelines. So that's all I'm saying.
One of the most outlandish thing that I did see that former President Trump said, that's like where I caught the debate at, is when he was talking about people in Springfield, Ohio, is eating dogs, eating pets. So I thought that was pretty funny. Especially I'm looking at like key takeaways and shit, and they literally, the police department already answered to that. Saying that the people pets ate. But he said that shit with a straight face.
Well, that sounds like a state of emergency right there.
That's what he's saying. Like, he's like, we live in like a third world country. He said migrants in Springfield, Ohio, was eating pets.
I mean,
so I will say that right there. It's like, okay, it's hard for somebody to take you goddamn serious and you putting out shit like that, you know?
Yeah, out of anything you could have said, you know, that shouldn't have been one of them.
I will say this: if he was going up against like, and I know people ain't gonna like it now because hindsight 2020, but if he was going up against Obama, he wouldn't stand a chance.
Oh, Obama will he'll run circles around him.
Yeah, mop the floor with him. Just with educated responses, having a policy, doing it like he. With this chick, it's easier for him to do that shit because I feel like she ain't, like now it seemed like she taking that shit serious, but I don't feel like she was taking that shit serious before.
Yeah, it's almost rubbing off like she's inexperienced with this.
I forgot what I mean? If I'm trying to do something, like look at the shit I gotta do. Chrome, I can't do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know how that go.
Yeah. I got this new mouse, but this joint is for gaming, so this shit is so fucking sensitive. Yeah,
but yeah, I just feel Kamala is a little out of touch, you know what I'm saying, with the American people that are going through something.
See, I agree to a certain extent. I think she just trying to fucking what they say. Somebody that's cool with everybody is loyal to nobody.
Yeah,
Well, I don't know if they say it, but that's my saying.
friend. I,
So
I understand that if you're a friend of everybody,
yeah,
you're
if
loyal
you
to nobody.
yeah, it's like you like a yes man to a certain extent, or just as bad as a yes man because you never gonna have a real stance on nothing because you spreading too thin instead of standing on this is what I'm going to do. And that one thing he said that was kind of crazy is he's talking about these other countries are scared of him. Ain't nobody scared of him, man. They scared of us as a whole. They scared of the firepower we have. All right, I recant some of that. They are scared that he's so fucking
Unpredictable.
yes,
There you
yes.
go.
That is no telling what you get with him. So I could say that. I could agree. I don't think they scared. I think it's a healthy fear of I can't even say fear. I tell you back, I don't think they scared. I think they're cautioned when
Yeah,
dealing with him.
it's a healthy caution.
Yeah.
So before somebody plays with America, they're going to think twice about it.
Because he's unhinged with certain shit. So I would say, but she also hit him back with that, like, you are so egotistical that all they gotta do is stroke your ego and give you some good fucking what she said, some praises and shit, and then be able to get over on you.
Yeah.
Let's see, whatever. 5 takeaways from the Harrison.
So one of the things Trump was talking about too, I remember catching was he was saying how he built up the military. And what Kamala did was give everything away when she got it.
Now
you know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna take my face off before I comment on that, right?
Yeah, gotcha.
Bullshit. You heard?
What, man, where's the drop? You're supposed to have a drop for that.
But I would say that's bullshit, though. That's one thing that I will say he straight up lied about. First off, to build up a military, right? Ain't some shit that happens overnight. That shit takes decades to keep it real. Even to get through the process of getting contract, let's say to build a ship. One of the newest ships we had, the ball started rolling 2006. You know what I mean? That shit ain't get, you know what I mean, in the fleet technically where it was rolling out to 2016, 2017. Get what I'm saying? So it's a whole process that is that what you sign today is going to come in fruition 5-10 years from now, you know?
Right.
That is what China have over us because they could put a ship from start to finish building it into the water in like a week or two. The bad part is, I mean, ain't no bad part for us, but you know what else is like? Temu. You buy shit from Temu, it might look sturdy, but when you get it, what is it?
Yeah, it's flimsy.
Yeah. So they able to put some ships in there, but they shit is flimsy that our ships that we put out there is going to destroy them ships. They just can mass produce them shit so quick that's their advantage they got. But
yeah, we know that's a fact.
Motherfuckers, we did they could roll in this little ass ships. We could roll right over that shit. Like we will not lose no sleep over that shit. Our greatest asset in America is our military, and they ain't got nothing. Motherfuckers, I will say recruiting numbers are down. That is not a secret, but it ain't got nothing to really do with Biden. Come on, you got Kai Cenat out there. Shout outs to him. You got Aiden Ross, shout out. They got young kids that seeing these kids turn into millionaires from streaming and shit. They could literally be idiots and be on TikTok and all that stuff. So you think they're gonna come to the military? And then you got to think we in that participation trophy society. You could be a loser and you still gonna get a trophy. You could be a loser and somebody gonna tell you good. You think they want to come to a military with structure to be like, oh, I need you to go. I met people that came to the military, man, that ain't know how to iron their clothes, man. You could
You
literally
know,
talking regular to these kids and they be like, "Oh, you don't like me because I'm fucking disciplined." Not even disciplined. I'm holding you to a standard.
I mean, I've met people that don't know how to use hand tools. So
I can see that, but like certain shit, like you don't know how to groom yourself. You know how many motherfuckers we that I've met, they didn't know how to wash their ass. I was watching one kid, they ain't know how to like literally. I had to fucking put somebody in charge of making sure he showered. And he's a grown man in the military, and I had to literally put somebody in charge of their job was well, part one of their jobs was to make sure this dude shower every day and use soap. I was showering. I ain't gonna say his name, but we was showering and it's like 3 stalls and we ain't in each other, like in there together. Curtains is individual store, but the bottom is open, That's why you wear these thick ass shower shoes. I'll get thick ass shower shoes. I don't be using them little chancletas. I'll get the thick ass showers. That way, if any you too sensitive, it be some shit floating in there, You don't want that on your feet,
Yeah.
You know what I mean,
Yeah, it's biohazard.
Yeah, But like you could also see if you showering, it's gonna be soap bubbles, So dude to be in the shower just letting the water hit him, but wasn't washing his ass, and that was after we made him shower, That we had to be like, yo, use the soap. Oh nah, bro, you gotta use soap. You gotta do this because he was a dude who was raised by his grandmother. His father was in the Marines. His moms and them had him when he was young. The mom's up and left, The pops is taking him, but every time he go on deployment stuff, he gotta leave his mother. So he was raised to be like a man child,
Oh man.
So I had to fucking be his surrogate father and teach him how to do the basics,
Wow.
It'd be a
That's
lot
deep.
it'd be a lot of it. Like we'd be like, oh, I'm your sea daddy and shit, because you gotta fucking. It's literally like you raising these motherfucking kids.
That's deep right there.
Now let's
But
see the 5 takeaways. What do you think? What was your 5 takeaways from it?
What I take away from that is they willing to do whatever it takes to get in position to be the face of the country. Let me see. What I take away from it, 5 takeaways. Whew. 5. All right.
That dude is funny as fuck. I'm reading what they got on NBC.
I ain't gonna lie to you, man. It's hard to get 5 takeaways.
It's hard to get 5.
It's hard to get 5 for me. You start with.
I could start off with mine, right?
Yeah.
They both was looking for the other one to be themselves. And what I mean by that is her goal was to get under his skin and to try to do it with class so that it don't look too bad on her behalf. That was her goal with some shit. But she wasn't prepared for him to answer some of them questions that the way he answered. She was expecting him to answer it as the Donald Trump that we all had came to known with when he get into his childish antics, which I know it might not seem respectable to talk about a film, but this, like how he did with, I wouldn't even say childish antics, the way he did it with oh boy, with Biden,
I was that was one of my takeaways where I thought
she was both of them handle themselves to some type of level, a respectable level. That was one takeaway I give. My second takeaway I give is this motherfucker's batshit crazy to say motherfuckers is out there eating dog, but that also could be what he thinks of the American public as far as, or I can't even say the American public, as far as how he feel his fucking followers are. The people that his base, that they will believe that they out there eating dogs, which I'm pretty sure somebody believe that bullshit. She dodged questions. Like, I feel like they wanted him to have a negative racist response to the whole she black shit, and they didn't like. I'm pretty sure they ain't like his response because they ain't even talking about his response on how he said he ain't care. But if
That was their
he,
leverage.
yeah, but the way they had it before when he said she wasn't black, now she black, they was playing that everywhere. But then when he said he don't care about none of that shit, they ain't talking about that. You know, they quiet on that. Yeah, this is the 5 takeaways that they were saying. So I don't think that Harris diminished Trump as a wannabe dictator. I mean, I probably missed that part of it. You know, while the former president went after the vice president as a radical, both sought to claim the mantle of change. I mean, I feel like he do toot his own horn with a lot of shit, and I think it'd be imaginary shit that he toot his horn over at times, or he embellished things that's greater in his eyes than they was to anybody else that's watching. One thing I will say about a takeaway that I take away just from Trump, period, is how he has showed, he has shined a light on the ignorance of majority of people as a whole in this country. As a whole, he has shined a light on how ignorant people is, that some of them, because even when they talk to some of the cats at his rallies and shit, it'd be pretty bad.
That is good. He's aware of it. And
I mean, I think he's more of an opportunist than a racist, you know. Is he going to have racist undertones yet? Oh, another takeaway. I don't know if he watched certain YouTubers. I'll say his name. I don't got no problems with it. Zip with the drip and all that shit. But I was watching Zip with the drip when he talked about when she bought out old boy Corey Wise out to her debate, talking about the Central Park Five. And it's crazy because me watching it, growing up in New York, seeing the documentary, I feel like, are there victims? Yes. The true victim in that situation, besides the obvious, the one that was SA, is Yusuf. Because he was the only one that didn't drop a statement.
right.
So with that, he's the only one that didn't lie. And I don't feel you could hold Trump accountable for him. All right, he put the ad out. That's 35 years ago, right? You can't hold him accountable because he put out an ad of them saying that they should get the death penalty. Is that harsh? Yes. They was kids and all that shit. Was it harsh? Was it cruel? It could be, it was extreme. This is also the 80s. And also, they confess saying that they did them horrific crimes. And when I say confess, they lied on each other. They act like they knew each other. Them cats didn't know each other. You know that, right?
That's what I took from a piece of that documentary I was watching.
Yeah, they didn't know each other. And being that they ain't know each other, they had the two that knew each other and the two that didn't. And they was telling them, oh, we'll let you go if you said the other two did it. And then the other two, they told them the same shit, vice versa. And then they was like, well, now that you're telling it, you had to be there to know that they did it. So how did they do it? And man, it ain't gonna sound believable if you ain't say you was a part of it, Lord. But you didn't essay her, but you held her on. And granted, they was children, their minds wasn't developed, they fucking parents was idiots. Like that's who the travesty who should have been locked the fuck up is their parents. The whole system failed them. Like I said, the true victim was Yusuf because he's the only one that stood to his guns, him and his parent, and then let him, just admit to some shit that he didn't do. So to knock Trump for putting the ad out, was it extra? Was it? Yeah, but nobody knocked him for that shit until he wanted to run for president. Everybody was making music videos with him. They was rapping about wanting to be like him, all types of stuff. He was with Mike Tyson. He was with I mean, some people that they not influential no more. Puff Daddy, he was with all these black celebrities was pro Trump and shit,
Yep.
investing their money with him and all. Now he running on he was a damn Democrat up until he was running for president. You know, and he was an independent. And even when it for all of y'all that so-called vote or did vote, if y'all looked at the ballot back in what 18? What was that when he ran? 2016? When he ran for there, right? He what you call it? He ran as a independent. So even when you went to vote, it was both on there, the independent and the Republican ticket. He was on both, but he put himself up as an independent.
Right, because that's
because he wanted to run regardless. So whatever route was going to work, he's going. So if he didn't get the Republican nominee because he knew he wasn't going to get the Democratic nominee, then and all that he ain't do this and that. Yo, him and Hillary is friends, man. Him and Bill is friends. He even said it recently. He did not pursue to lock up Hillary for the stuff that she did. Allegedly, because I don't think any of that shit was illegal that she did, because she would have never had it there at her house. Like you can't say she had a server there and it was all this secret shit when they set it up for her. Do this bitch look like a rocket scientist or a damn information technology specialist? No, they set
I don't
that
think
shit
she's
up.
that savvy. If anything,
Yeah, they set it up for her. You know, they monitor that shit. They did all that shit and probably briefed her on what was in her shit. You know what I mean?
Because I know for a fact if I got money, I'm not doing everything myself. I'm
It
gonna
ain't
hire
even that got money joint. She was the secretary of what state or some shit.
Yeah.
They set all that up for her, man.
Mm.
You know where I work at. The motherfuckers don't do nothing for themselves. It's always someone. So you know damn well they had all that. They know it was on them servers, all that shit. But he felt like he even said it like, oh, I wouldn't lock my friend wife up. So he feels some type of way that they coming at him, which I do feel like that was besides the January 6th stuff. It was a ploy to tarnish him, but I also felt like to an extent he can't get mad at them when you keep saying that, oh, it was fraud, it was fraud, it was fraud, you know. So you can't scream it on one side and then say they wrong from screaming and doing a part on the other side. Waiting 4 years to do it seemed like some BS, but y'all both on the same shit. Y'all both throwing mud and getting mad that y'all getting dirty, you know.
But and that I'm actually glad they're doing that because now you're able to see what's the play. So the biggest thing about Trump, right, was he was racist. That was the card. That was the how would you say that was their undermine card. You know what I mean? To get over on them. But clearly, like you just spoke about, and I've been noticed, where he was good with all the celebrities. He was in, you know what I'm saying, all the black entertainers, at least influential that we know of. You know what I mean? Around Puff Daddy, he was around you know what I'm saying, Mike Tyson. They got pictures with him, and you hear rap lyrics with him talking about Trump. He was cool then, but now that he was running for president, now he's a racist.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, all right, come on, make it make sense. Make it make sense. And I can't say that, you know, he's running a ploy because his body of work shows, and it dates back to like the 80s. Like he's been a staple. You could say he's been a staple in, you know what I'm saying, black entertainment. Because he's always referenced in some form of way. Now, I do know that let me see, his outlandish way of talking, because I don't know what his PR, you know what I mean, has got him set up. You know what I mean? Maybe he tells her to take the day off, he or she take the day off.
To say, because they tell him something, we know he don't listen to them.
Exactly, because yeah. We know
that. We know he or his old fucking program all the way.
Yeah. And we got to this point, you know what I mean, where we're willing to overlook some of the things he's saying, you know what I mean, because we're looking at it as it's coming from the heart. It's coming from a place of
Not me. I think he's full of shit with a lot of shit. I think he's like entertainment value. It's like some of the shit, it'd be like entertainment. But when I hear him talking a lot, I feel like this.
Bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit.
there we go. All right.
When I hear Kamala talking, I feel like
A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit.
when I hear
Yeah.
Kamala tell us how she made collard greens, this is how I feel.
I say, hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right.
Yeah, something ain't right. God, you know how much Clorox you got to use in that damn?
Right. To clean it out before you even put the goddamn greens in there to fucking. That's what they should have asked her. So when you cleaning the greens in the tub, what you use to clean it? If she'd said like real soap and shit,
Yeah, you know she.
I ain't gonna lie, we had a big ass debate at
Jeezy.
work over that shit about two things we had a debate at work over. Well, my last command, not this command. Seasoning your food and cleaning your chicken.
Now, I heard of cleaning chicken in the sink. I seen that before.
No, I'm talking cleaning, period. I mean, yeah, you clean that shit in your sink, period. But I'm talking about cleaning that bitch, period. Like a lot of cats, like you don't clean your. All right, do you clean your chicken? Let's see.
Oh
Man,
no,
yeah,
I defrost it.
and you don't clean that bitch after?
I defrost it, and I probably fry it. I do something with it to where, you know what I'm saying, whatever is on. Well, let me see. So
So
I'm
you
gonna put
don't
it this
clean
way.
that motherfucker. You don't get the fucking feather. You don't rinse that bitch off. No vinegar, no nothing. You just take it out
No,
the pack.
I don't soak it in no vinegar. I'll run some water on it, just to, you know what I
No,
mean.
that's what I'm saying. You don't have to soak it in it, but you should run some water, get like the little gooky shit off of it and shit. Pluck the extra feathers and shit that's probably on it.
Now
Oh,
you bring
man.
it back to the times when I went to the Chinese spot.
Yeah,
and
and
I
there be
got
feathers
chicken
and
wings.
shit on there because we know they ain't cleaning that motherfucker.
And the crazy thing is, after the clubs close, that's the only thing it's out to eat. You might have to sacrifice a feather.
Let me. I'm ready to put a poll in the goddamn thing. I want to know: do y'all clean y'all fucking meat? I'm gonna just put chicken.
57% says yes.
You know, only gonna be two demographics.
Yeah,
that do that.
43. No.
I'll keep it real. The only people that said no at my job was the who you think was the
Yo.
who you think it was that said that?
That
Who
they
you
don't-
think that thought that shit was ludicrous?
Can I say that?
Yeah, you could say it.
Caucasian?
Yeah, that's the only ones who said that you wash their meat.
You know what I'm
Blacks,
saying?
Hispanics were like, so this is what happened that made that whole topic came up, right? We was having like a command barbecue when we was in Nevada, right? Like 3 years ago now, 2021. And they was prepping the food the day before, and it was the Chiefs and shit. And we outside our barracks, little drink and shit. And they had like that bagged chicken, right? But like, you know, that's like the quarters of chicken.
Yep.
So
I know
we was like,
exactly.
we was like pre-cooking it on the grill before the next day we had grilled some more, you know? These motherfuckers was taking that bitch. I don't even know if they seasoned that motherfucker now I'm thinking about it. But they was just taking that shit out. They might have seen that shit was all gooky and shit. And then we like, me, Colombian dude that grew up in Jersey, a chick that grew up, I think she Maryland somewhere. Maryland, one for South Carolina. Everybody like this. All our faces like, you ain't gonna clean that shit up. You ain't gonna run no lemon juice on that shit, no vinegar. That's what mostly use lemon juice, because you know Well, vinegar, lemon juice too. If you leave that shit on, it'll start cooking that shit.
I know it's very
If you
acidic.
if you let it sit in there, the acidic shit will start cooking the meat. And like I'll do that shit with some steak. I might let it sit on that shit for a while. They're like, why you think we cook it? It burn the parasites and all that shit. I'm like, y'all never heard what's that shit? Salmonella. Like you gonna fucking catch some shit that you gonna wish you would have took the fucking 2-3 minutes out to clean that shit off.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
they would have
guess-
killed me though. Motherfuckers won't clean their chicken, but they rinse their vegetables off. Do that make sense?
or you don't clean your chicken, but you'll clean your fruits.
And
You
then
know
they
what I'm
was
saying?
like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. And they be like, oh, they don't want to do it because you could cross contaminate. I don't know about anybody else, but like me, if I go in my kitchen right now, I have a spray bottle of bleach under my sink. Got 2 sinks. You'll put the chicken, poultry, whatever the hell on one side. When you done, you don't put none on. You clean that shit down with the fucking bleach. Try to like, rinse that shit out, soak that, clean that motherfucker, clean the area, and you not cross contaminating shit.
Yeah. As long as you clean it up behind it, you straight.
Yeah.
You know, but what was I gonna say? What I'm thinking, like at least what they got on their side is nothing should survive if you cooking at, you know, over 400 degrees.
Man, let's keep it real. Growing up, did you have a fucking thermometer measuring your food to know if it was 160 degrees before it was done?
Nah, I had a
We
turkey
ain't had
day,
none
so
of
that's
that
about
bullshit.
it.
We ain't had none of that bullshit. Now we get out here, we living in some like, oh, I gotta make sure we cook your turkey for this.
You know why? Because people start getting sick more.
Man, you know people getting sick more. That's that same motherfuckers that don't clean their chicken talking that shit. You know what I mean? I could see if you doing like smoking something and shit, and it's gonna be there while I got the probes and shit for my smoker, and I bought them little extra shit though I could sit in the house and that should have tell me when it hit the desired time. But all that bullshit, your grandmama ain't had that shit.
What you got? The Bluetooth
Yeah,
thermometer?
yeah, sometimes I bought from Walmart. Where you had the probe stick it in and you take the little joint in the house, I could say. I mean, I could hook it to my phone too. I just never figured that out. I didn't even try to set it up. They got that shit, the one that came with it. But I had this one before when I had the barrel smoker. But shit, let's talk some more shit about them. Like, I want to pull up the whole debunking of this motherfucker talking about they was eating dogs, man. I don't know if anybody out there seen Trump. I wonder how many, I put that poll, how many people think that they over there in Springfield actually eating dogs, that the migrants stealing people dogs, eating their dogs. When Trump said that, I said, this dude done lost it. The cops already debunked it. He talked about they came to him telling him that they was eating their dogs. And I heard that shit. I said, oh, this man done lost it. It caught her off guard because she didn't know how to respond to that shit.
Springfield. He got to know somebody was going to try to fact check it.
I don't think he cared. I think he thought that shit. Like, he be saying shit that catches you so. All right, let me see. I don't know. I feel like they going to fucking. They going to, what you call it, me if I play it. Can you hear that?
Oh, yeah, no.
I could hear it in my headphone. See, I want to play the audio. Let me see something. Maybe if I put the headphones to that shit, it might go. I want to play the sound when he say that shit about them with the dog. Can you hear it?
Nah.
See, I'm gonna just play that shit, but they probably get the copyright later. Let's see. They get a copyright later.
I mean, how long did he take to say it? If it was like,
it's like the whole shit is a minute, but like I won't let the video play. I'll just.
I know when it's under 60 seconds.
Nah, that shit don't matter with them. They hit me with a copyright for like 10 seconds.
Springfield, they're eating the dogs, the people that came in, they're eating the cats, they're eating they're eating the pets of the people that live there. And this is what's happening in our country, and it's a shame.
I just want to clarify here. You bring up Springfield, Ohio, and ABC News did reach out to the city manager there. He told us there have been no credible reports of specific claims of pets being harmed, injured, or abused by individuals within the immigrant community.
Well, I've seen people on television.
Let me just say here, this is
the people on television say my dog was taken and used for food. So maybe he said that, and maybe that's a good thing to say for a city manager.
I'm not taking this from
but
television.
But the people on television saying their dog was eaten by the people that went there.
Not for nothing. That couldn't have been a pit bull.
I don't know. My soft ass dog, it could have been.
Accusations. These are not accusations. This is false accusations. And
when he said that shit, I was like,
he wild.
Eating dogs up there, like
he wild
he
for
legit
that.
Feel that. He legit feel that way too.
He wild for that. I mean, I don't think it was the time to be comical, but yeah, he said that with a straight face.
Yeah, he legit looked like he believed that shit the way he was saying that shit.
I mean, he got to fact check whoever he spoke to.
Ain't nobody tell him that bullshit.
Yeah.
Nobody with no straight face told him that they was eating dogs out there, man. I mean, he don't even look like he believed that shit. Did you see his face? Wait.
Yeah, I was watching, man.
Like, you gotta see that shit again, because I add that shit to the stage. Let's see something.
You something else for that.
Boutique Shop Halloween must-haves at prices so good you'll freak.
But fuck it, I'll tell you, he when he said that shit, I'm like, this dude bugged out saying that. See it, and it's showing. That boy said they took their dog for food.
So the question, what they should have said was, did they call the cops?
No, they hit up the joint, the city manager.
What they have done to our country by allowing these millions and millions of people to come into our country, and look at what's happening to the towns all over the United States. And a lot of towns don't want to talk. It's not going to be Aurora or Springfield. A lot of towns don't want to talk about it because they're so embarrassed by it. In Springfield, they're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there. And this is what's happening in our country, and it's a shame.
I just want to clarify here. You bring up Springfield, Ohio, and
you seen Kamala's face though?
Yeah, that's how my face.
Reports of specific.
That's how like he tried to get everybody
injured or abused by individuals within the immigrant community.
Well, I've seen people on television.
Let me just say here, this is
the people on television say my dog was taken and used for food. So maybe he said that, and maybe that's a good thing to say for a city manager.
I'm not taking this from
but
television.
The people on television saying their dog was eaten by the people that went there.
Yeah. It's bad part is he said that shit with a straight fucking face.
Overpacking is a sign of weakness.
That's the part that killed me. He said that shit with a straight face, bro.
Crazy, bro. That oh man,
said they take a dog for food. That's what made it funny. They take their dog for food,
bro. I know Kamala still got to be laughing about that.
Yo, because I know that shit goes off guard.
Exactly, that was a curveball. She's probably like, "Oh,
hey, that shit caught her so off guard to be like, hold on."
Left field. I don't know,
bro.
Maybe he ran out of talking points after that. He was probably like, all right, we pull a rabbit out of the hat. This is a filler.
That was like midway through. That wasn't even that far into it. That's like right when I tuned in. Was like I tuned in. I'm watching. I'm like, all right. that boy gonna make her look bad, and then boom, I'm like, oh man.
So that makes you wonder, moving forward, how things is going to play out.
Madam President, he keep going like this.
Yeah. I don't know what's going to happen at the end at election time.
My honest opinion, I think he's gonna be president again. If they don't lock him up, they're trying to fucking sentence him. But I'm an independent, so my dog ain't either one of them. But honestly, hate outshine the love any day. So you're gonna see more of his people gonna get out there and go. The people that's on the fence is a lot of people saying they're not even gonna vote
because they feel like it's rigged.
They don't want neither one, so they like, I don't believe in neither candidate, so I'm not even gonna vote.
They even though it's believing more in democracy as a whole.
Yeah, I mean, it's more than just them two. Like I told you, who I was gonna vote for.
Oh yeah. Now, this is what I did like though. I can say this. So Kennedy, I remember.
Oh, he dropped out.
Yeah,
I wasn't voting for that clown, but
he dropped out. I do like, some.
I was going for Dr. Cornel West.
Some of the policies.
Jill Stein is in there too.
But he dropped out. He endorsed Trump, and Trump's pretty much what he's going to do. He was like, all right, if I become president, I'll help declassify the John F. Kennedy files.
Nobody gives a fuck about that shit in 2024. That shit from 1950. Declassify these goddamn. Nobody cares about that shit. Let's say we do that shit and say whatever, right? How do that shit forward us as a country?
Well, what? Because here's the thing, right?
Nah, for real. What do that shit do to progress us?
It will let us know the truth on history.
Who the fuck cares? He literally got up there and said, "That motherfuckers is eating dogs," and with a straight face. So even the truth for history, even the truth for history, right? Let's say we come out and they say whatever the fuck. Let's just say the magic bullet theory bullshit, right? We gonna care about that shit for 5 minutes. That shit gonna be the hot talk on the internet for about 2-3 days, and then nobody gonna give a fuck after that shit.
I think
let's keep it real. None of these kids.
Granted, yes, it will. It won't be something that people will talk about forever. But what it will do is shine a light on.
So, what you think the files say?
The reason why it's classified for so long
about it.
I mean, it's got to be some.
No, but I'm saying, what's classified about it?
Oh, the whole murder, like the details. Like we don't know a lot of the details in it. All we know is supposedly some guy shot him from up there.
You know who Lee Harvey Oswald was?
From the library.
No, but I'm saying, but do you know who he was?
I don't know anything about this guy.
So that stuff is out there that y'all can, look up where he is. Because, him killing him is not impossible.
No, but why is it classified, though? Why is file? Why is there files to that case classified? Why not declassify it? I don't understand. It's kind of like, how when
I work for them, so I understand why stuff got to be classified.
Because they were scared.
Nah, it ain't even that. So you think the shit that's going on with Trump and the dude that shot, you think that shit ain't classified? Absolutely. What I told you, one thing I learned about the man, only thing that comes on the news is what they want you to know. It's absolutely classified. Absolutely. Because think about it. On these shows that show you what goes on. Do you think they showing you what goes on because they being transparent with the play? They only show you the motherfuckers that get caught. There's more people that get away with crime than do it. So what you think is classified ain't really what's classified. What's classified is the vulnerabilities on how that was even able to happen.
All right. So
the security breaches and shit like that. But Lee Harvey Oswald was what was he that you listened to the most key fucking point of it, or why he was able to fucking pull that off?
Okay, let me see.
Because come on, like I don't think nothing from 1963 really should matter to us, and there's way more to shit that happened in 1963 that was way more important than who the fuck killed the president. You know?
No, but I thought
not saying that's not significant. So I'm not trying to get banned from YouTube. What I'm trying to say is them releasing that shit, motherfucker. Me and you couldn't even drink the same fucking water he was drinking in 1964, or sit at the same tables. We was heavy Jim Crow and segregation. That's why I'm like, there's so much shit that went on there that is way more relevant than that shit. That it's like, you know, like that's why I'm like, all that's really him saying that shit. That I will declassify that shit. He's giving you shit that's impossible. That he's not even in. That to a certain extent he's not trying. And second of all, if he declassified, it's already declassified. The president, he don't have the power to classify, to declassify or classify that shit. Remember, he get briefed on classified stuff.
Is that right? Yeah. I thought that was it was like honorary of him to do it for, you know, because that's personal to, you know, that's his family, you know.
So why would he even have to ask anybody? Because they ain't just kill him. Who else they kill right after that shit? Then they shoot his pops.
Yep.
They murked half the family.
Is that a coincidence?
I don't think it's a coincidence. I think they is into shit that they ain't telling us about. That ain't got nothing to do with what we think it got to do with. What was his grandfather?
Yeah, I see what Lee was. He was a Marine.
Mm-hmm. He was a Marine. A Marine, what he did in that shit.
And he was included in the defection to the Soviet Union, the involvement in the pro-Cuban activism.
Yeah, but he was also a sniper.
In the United States.
And a rifleman. Dig what I'm saying? So he was fully capable because he's trained by us to go out there and do that shit, you know?
You know what was wild though? I gotta find it, but somehow I stumbled upon a page where they were showing pictures of the aftermath, like Kennedy's shirt and the bullet holes they had in it. And it was like, if the shots was coming from the front, why does he have bullets in his back? So it was like,
I mean, if I shot you in the front, you're gonna have an exit wound in the back.
Yeah, but he got shot in the head, didn't he?
Yeah,
so that means he got shot more times.
Well, think about it, right? They ain't saying he ain't shooting more than once, but think about it. If I'm shooting from a building, it's a downward trajectory. It ain't gonna hit his head and then just, you know, don't hit. It's coming down. It all depends. Like he's in the car, so he going to jerk. It's gonna change the direction. All that's possible.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then a lot of people think that rifle bullets are big, and they're not. People think an M16 bullet is some huge ass shit. A fucking AR bullet, that shit is a little bigger than a 22.
You know, if that situation ever happens, I just think it'll be interesting just to see, like, what is there? What's behind the curtain? Let me see.
All that conspiracy theory shit. Alex Jones shit. You the one who told me any about that bullshit because like, that always been your thing, man.
I mean, look, I ain't listened to that guy in forever, so I don't even know what he's on right now. But there was a time
he
where I questioned everything.
He was saying all that shit about 9/11 and the school shooting was fake, and he lost that shit. And that shit then is either damn near bankrupting him or bankrupting because they fucking show he putting out fucking propaganda and false information with that conspiracy theory shit. And he got banned from all platforms and shit.
Yeah, so I don't know what's going on with that Sandy Hook stuff.
That shit happened, man. Motherfuckers.
Yeah. Like I know somebody who knew somebody who,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
Motherfuckers died. It's fucked up. Yo.
So I don't understand what the heck was going on with that. And,
why he was saying that shit was fake?
Yeah. So he lost me on that one.
Yeah.
Before that, I was like, all right, okay.
I mean, we know the world is full of bullshit, but I also feel like we won't know the truth with a lot of shit, and they will let us go so far down the wrong path that we would never know. That's just even in the 48 laws of power. It tell you lead somebody so far down the wrong path that by the time they realize what you're really doing, it's already too late. You already executed that.
Yeah. That's, you know, and that happens on all aspects.
And you know how much money is involved with that fucking, with this conspiracy theories, movies are being made, all types of shit that, you know, it's a good gig. It's a good hustle to have us thinking it's some other shit, you know. I know information with the whole Osama shit, and everybody like, oh, I remember a motherfucker who was in special ed his whole life gonna try to tell me when I was on deployment there, seeing firsthand what happened. Oh man, I don't think he really did. I'm like, whatever, man. Think what you want to think, man. You ain't got past a fucking 5th grade education, but you know more than the motherfuckers not only that's living it, that actually fighting that shit, you know? Not
yeah,
only
if you really there, boots on the ground.
Yeah, man. Is it
can't really, you know what I mean?
God got?
You can't really
partial.
You know?
The story y'all got is partial, but is he dead? Yes. How he got disposal of is the, you know,
he's buried out to sea.
Yeah, but I mean, I'll tell you another time. Like,
yeah. But you know, for
but like this, before they did that shit, I was on deployment for that shit, and I mean, we
we'll get it later. Yeah, but anyway,
so
yeah, you can't really debate, you know, when somebody's dead.
But remember, I told you though, that motherfucker was CIA before he was Taliban. Wow,
oh yeah, I knew about that. You know, I looked him up. You know, he was definitely a part of us before he became a part of them. You know, he flipped. And you know what?
I mean, we don't know his side of the story. Remember, history's the line where they said the hunter's always right until the lion learns how to write, man. So until the victor writes history, you know.
You should. Did you ever watch a show called Homeland?
Yeah, I watched some of it when it started off.
Yeah, that kind of reminded me of that whole situation.
But they was making that shit. It wasn't about him. It was about that other dude. Remember that we sent in there to save him,
right?
Private Batal or whatever his name was.
Yeah,
that's what it was supposed to be about, like that. But it was a book on that, right? There's books, all that shit on that, video games, everything.
It kind of just reminded me about, you know, somebody who was, you know, supposed to be undercover that we sent in.
Yeah, but he wouldn't have. That motherfucker, I mean, the realistic side, he's a fucking private when he went. You know what I mean? His ass would have been prayed. We'd have said, well, congratulations, give him some fucking imaginary award that ain't worth shit, and then send him about his fucking way when he'd have got back, you know? It wouldn't have been like he's some wartime fucking hero, you know? Fuck, he was an E fucking 2, you know what I mean? How long was you fucking in the Navy? You go up every 9 months the first fucking couple of ranks. So what you was there for 6 months and you supposed to be some wartime hero we care about? Let's be for real. But I mean, entertainment value, that shit is all sound good. But reality, we'd have fucking took his ass to fucking court martial. Bitch, what the fuck you was running off doing that shit for? You know how much resources and people we lost fucking sending out looking for you? He'd have been KIA a long time ago. Like, I killed in action, missing in action, man. Say a prayer. Say a prayer.
Oh man. Yeah,
They probably gave his ass back. They'd be like, man, we ain't never gonna get nothing for him.
yeah, we can't even trade you for nobody.
He does it.
That series did get real though. I'm gonna say
I
that.
might go back and watch it.
Yeah, I think it had how many seasons? Like 5?
I don't know if I'm watching 5 seasons of that shit, but I want to watch Beetlejuice. But yo, I'm fucking. It's 12:30. I'm acting like I ain't got work in the morning. Go fight for this fine country. I gotta check my train. I know I got a meeting first thing in the morning. I told them I ain't gonna be there at that time, but they about to be in their feelings when they see I ain't gonna be there at fucking. I got this. What I don't understand, right? And I'm gonna say something to the chick. I'm like, look, I ain't trying to be funny, right? First, you tell me the shit is at 11 o'clock, right? But then you gonna tell me that this shit is 15 minutes before I'm supposed to start work. So old saying they say that stand true today. You got me fucked up. First off, I'm gonna be fighting traffic that I will not get to work till right on time anyway. So, and I'll tell them like, don't you ever schedule me for anything before working hours, especially work related. That's like some shit that can wait any time of the fucking day. You know?
Yeah, that's like set up to fail.
It's a fucking career development board. I've been in the fucking military 21 years. I don't need no goddamn career development board. What's my short-term growth? Well, retirement. What's your long-term growth? Retirement.
All right.
I've been here a fucking month, man. What
Let me learn about this on my own terms, when I'm ready. Because
finish my degree, and from my degree, I think from there I'm gonna weigh out my options. Like,
man,
talk about schedule deconflicting. First off, you don't say these are the times, bro. Hey, do these times work for you? Let's take it from there.
Debo, you need to be up in here.
Bullshit, I ain't even got my goddamn cat card, so I could fuck. I don't know. I say cat card, my cat, so I could check my email and see if they changed that shit. They ain't say nothing to me. I'm Play Store. I'm like, I told them I can't make it at that time. Oh well.
Yeah, they wild.
Yeah, 8:45, and I ain't got to be to work till 9 o'clock. And then who wants to do that first thing in the morning?
Yeah, if anything, they should have just scheduled it. They should have been like, all right, we're going to have a meeting after work.
After work? I ain't doing that shit after work. Uh-oh.
Does this work for you?
Uh-oh. Ain't nothing better than me but seeing motherfucking ghetto people do ghetto dumb shit on Facebook. Like, I was listening to these people arguing with each other. I guess they got into a fight on vacation. Then they come home and talk about how they bums, but you sitting here with a bonnet on, crying about wanting to fight, and you grown as hell. Like, who fucking want to fight somebody? You fucking 30-something. Ghetto, man. Oh, man.
Well, you can't fix an ideology that thrives in its environment.
Damn, he ain't even on here. She tagged the person she talking about. I want to see. But it's like, let it go, kid. Like,
yeah, I'm about to get up out of here myself because I know, tomorrow's a new day. Or actually, today's a new day.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to do.
I need to get some rest.
Jump in the shower.
And I finished up my tea.
Finish up your tea? I had a salad. I had a salad this morning. I mean, after I got out the gym, I need a real damn meal. I mean, got food in there. Probably warm it up. I still got leftovers from wing night from Buffalo Wild Wing. I'll probably eat that. I'm gonna shower, go to bed, lay my uniform out. That way, be ready to go to work, start up my debate at work when I get there about the debate. Even though they made us tell God we can't talk about politics.
How'd the poll go? Anything yet? Or no?
They said only you and the Caucasians don't want 100% yes for washing your chicken.
Well, there you have it, folks.
Yeah, it said 100% yeah.
But don't wash your meat where you wash your feet.
That's a good one.
It's
You
a
gotta
fact.
pause that though, but that's a good
Pause. Oh shit! Yeah, pause.
one.
What did you say? Oh, that's another thing too. Now they saying no G Dep.
What happened to G Dep?
Got up with Diddy.
I mean, knowing Diddy and them contracts, he probably owned the rights to him for the rest of his life.
He's talking about he wrote mad stuff while he was in jail. And he was
Listen,
like, yo, you know what I'm saying?
I told you I met him before he went to jail, right?
G-Dep?
Yeah, he was living on the block. I thought he was a stone cold crackhead. I did not believe that was even him. And my boy, God bless the dead, that was his homeboy. He like, yo, this G-Dep. Like, this ain't G-Dep. This a crackhead that look like G-Dep. It was him, though, because they had like some bad boy reunion. They send him over there in a limo to go get him, but they say he was dusted. Like, he wasn't smoking crack, but he was smoking dust. That shit was just as bad. And then he went and fucking confessed to that old body.
But
he looked cleaner when I seen him coming out of jail.
Oh, yeah, he's Muslim now. You know?
I say no Bobby Smurder. That's who looked crazy.
Oh.
Did you see him?
Yeah, I see.
Twerking at the Pride joint?
Yes, I seen. It's just that's a bad look for Brooklyn.
It's a good look for Brooklyn. That's exactly what I think of them.
Hey, but here's my thing. You know, you spent all this time in jail. You fought your demons, only to come back and get down with.
How you think he fought his demons? He ain't fight his demons. He living his dreams out right now. He was living them shits in there too.
Bro. He knows all the allegations with Diddy. He's like, yeah, you know what?
Bro,
he's doing this is what he's doing. This is that narrative. Well, you know how when people say, oh yeah, so wait, he a snitch. He ain't snitch on me. Or how about this?
You gotta think about this. They was around this motherfucker when he was doing it before he went. They ain't saying Diddy just started this shit. Been doing this shit for years.
Bro, you could get with anybody else.
Kenny?
Yeah.
See, you be stuck in the past with some shit. You want to know how the fuck Kennedy died in 1963. You want to know how the fuck. Nobody give a goddamn about G-Dep. Nobody know. Name 3 G-Dep songs.
What's that? Child of the Ghetto.
You gotta say, what's that? Child of the Ghetto was the name of the album. Come on, next.
I mean, but he had a song called Child of the Ghetto too. What's that? F on the First Night. That was one of my favorites.
You the only one that got his album because nobody knows this shit but you, bro.
You
ain't even naming the ones people
blast
know,
off.
Like it, I don't know none of these shit you talking.
We about to blast off. That beat was sick too.
To get me kicked off of YouTube. Nobody know that bullshit but you.
All right.
Look how you even dancing. We about to bathroom. That shit is trash, bro. He probably only sold 100 albums, and the record label bought 99 of them shits.
I mean, I commend the brother. He's coming back with a positive message, but he threw me off with that whole one to go back around Diddy's energy, and I'm like, all right,
Diddy probably
now you just
bro. Diddy just gave up the rights to make shit if he ain't owned it still. Look how many years ago that was. 30 years.
And Mace tried to buy his publishing back from Diddy, but
it ain't just the publishing. He own albums, all that shit on him.
You know what I wonder? Do Diddy own Biggie's publishing? Nobody asked that question.
Nah, I think they said his mom's on that shit. Matter of fact, he might own some of it because they were saying that he sold his publishing. But even with that shit, the man had 2 fucking albums. We talk about Biggie's the greatest and all. He had 2 fucking albums.
But he did well with them 2 albums.
Them fucking was mediocre. So you think he better than Hove?
Hove looked up to him.
Looked. Do you think he better than Hove? We've been watching Hove the last 30 years. Do you think his 2 albums is topping anything else? I don't think he better than DMX.
Oh nah, it's a whole different feel. That's a whole different feel.
We be saying he the king of hip hop, bro. So how is it a whole different feel?
Yeah,
it's all rap. It's all hip hop.
Yeah, but
what is the difference of his genre of music and DMX?
DMX is harder, way harder. He's like
so Biggie was soft. That's what you're trying to say?
Nah, he's hard. I said harder. Pause. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying
so it's because he harder or
kick in the door. Like I'm not going to dance. I'm going to dance to kick in the door, waving the 4-4. Like it's got, you know what I mean? The cadence.
DMX got all that too. The same shit you could say about him. DMX is better than Biggie. Point blank. Period.
I can't dance to get at me, dog. But I feel it differently. I'm like,
you wasn't dancing in the key to that. You wasn't dancing when we was coming up to that.
Yeah, I was dancing on some
right there. So don't say you can't dance to if you was dancing. See, you just
but listen. If it ain't no bubbles in front of me, how am I dancing? What's my 2-step? How you 2-stepping to get at me, dog? Show me.
I'm gonna sing that shit to my lungs out. DMX is better than them. DMX is better than Hov and all that. If you want to get technical, DMX dropped 2 multi-platinum albums in the same year.
I feel like DMX had a deeper message that connected with the people.
DMX.
That's why I say he's different.
What? Robbing motherfuckers, raping motherfuckers. He had the same content as Biggie. He prayed. His shit. He has a
different feel.
He's better, bro. Of course, it's a different feel. He's better.
Yeah, I mean, in certain things, I'm gonna go with DMX on. Certain things, I'll go with Biggie on. But like me personally, I'm gonna give you an example. I liked Tupac a little more than Biggie because I know Tupac.
Because he's better. That's why
I felt what he was saying.
Why did you feel that he was better? Why did you feel what he was saying?
Because it came from a place of pain. You know what I'm saying? Like it came from the heart. Like, he wasn't just saying it.
Some stuff I would say that I can agree. Some songs he had some bullshit too. I got all the Pac shit. I listen to Pac. I fucks with Pac hard. That's when I came to the conclusion like I'm a DMX guy, but Pac is better than Biggie. Hov is better than Biggie. It's a whole lot of people better than Biggie. Biggie ain't have a long enough run.
Facts. But he was also progressive. You know what I mean? So he probably would have been something.
We don't know that. We don't know that. We don't know that.
True.
Because if we just go off of who we are using to crown him as that shit. For instance, everybody screaming Hov is the best and the king of New York, but 50 was way outperforming him. 50 dropped the album that fucking broke history, not Hov.
That's a whole fact. Now, of course, I think 50 is better than Jay-Z. I can say that.
But if you compare bodies of work, and I'm a fan of both of them. I'm leaning more towards 50 or something. But if you compare overall bodies of work, 50's not fucking with Hov.
He has more songs on the radio, I think.
Not even that. Like he has, you can't say that when you was just bigging up that bullshit from G-Dep that you and his mom are the only one. His mom don't even know that shit. You and him is the only one that know them damn songs and shit.
Bro, I like his, like I say, he's coming with a positive message.
Oh, fucking
G-Dep.
I mean, I know you on that old black conscience shit, but I'm saying that overall, who's better? You gotta give it. Hov he has a better catalog.
Bro, I'm not comparing. G-Dep is not even in this conversation with Hov and Biggie. And
I'm talking about. I'm just saying, if you gonna give G-Dep credit, you gotta give credit to the. That's what I'm saying. As we go off of material, I don't like Nas. I think Nas the trash is out of all of them.
I think Nas is a good storyteller.
I give you
that. Slick Rick, I'm gonna say.
Yeah, but Nas is trash. His albums are trash, bro. He makes good singles and bad albums, and
Because
have
he's
the
got
worst
bad
beats.
producers. That's the problem.
Yeah, he be having the worst beats, and he makes good albums. I mean, good singles. And the best album Nas got, to keep it a buck, is Stillmatic.
Oh yeah, Rewind was one of my favorites.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. And why was his album? Why was that album his best album?
Probably had a different production team.
No, because Hope kicked his back in, and he had to come strong, bro. He had to put his all, because that shit was like a battle album. Like, he had to show that he was really deserved to be in them spaces, be in them topics, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna send you something because Nas had put out some more EPs. With
my old roommate when I was in Cali, that was always
Hitmaker.
I used to listen to this shit all the time. That's when I came to the conclusion. I'm like, yo, this man makes good singles and bad albums, bro.
Your his joint with Hitmaker? Hitmaker did a whole King's Disease series with him.
Fucking what's the dude that kept getting smacked up by Jim Jones and Mano and them? What's his other name? Because Hitmaker is one of his names.
Young Bird?
Yeah, Young Bird.
Yeah. Well, anyways, he produced the King's Disease series. And I gotta say that's probably like one of his best productions.
And you
like,
know,
I heard Nas work with it anyways.
It's
Besides
crazy. That's how them young cats be calling us old, because we be like, yeah, you gotta hear this new Nas, knowing that shit trash. Or it's like, I remember my boy, you know who had an album out not too long, maybe when I say not too long, in the last like 3-4 years, AZ. It was cool to people like us. Ain't nobody under fucking 40 cared about that shit. You know what I mean? Like,
I gotta give it to AZ. He's survived through a lot of generations.
What do you call survive?
For a lot of generations.
But I'm saying, what do you call survive? Because ain't nobody, we ain't gonna find no AZ out unless we really go looking for that shit. You gotta give it to Wu-Tang, like something like that, how they was able to revive that thing through, you know, Hulu and all that joint and everything. But AZ, nobody, we still look at Nas over him, you know. Nas survived through the years because Nas can jump on anybody. I give him that. Like I said, he makes good songs. He make bad albums though. Like, I like the joint with him and Fabio, ASAP Ferb. That was a tough song. That's like 4 years ago, but you know.
Yeah. That's how it's supposed to be though. You know what I mean? You stay in tune with what's new and upcoming.
So do you think Nas got money still because of rap?
Nah, he got money because of his ventures outside of rap.
Because of the Ring doorbell.
Isn't that crazy, right? But that's his business mind. That's good. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure 50 Cent too. He was like probably like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like, he respected.
No, he don't fuck with Nas though.
No, they were at odds before. They good now.
Oh, they must have just got good again because he's saying he don't fuck with him like that. And he pointed out shit that Nas did over the career to take money out his pocket when he was ghostwriting and shit.
Yeah.
With Columbia.
They good now.
And then, you know, like he said, I went to war with these cats with y'all, with your Braveheart shit, and then you go and join Murder Inc.
And you know that backfired on them. You know why?
Why?
Because Nas seen the stuff that they was doing, and he was like, "Nah, this is not what I'm trying to do." And then you know what backfired also? So you know, like Irv Gotti and Jay-Z, they had a tight relationship. You know, the whole Ether and you know, that whole Nas and Jay-Z battle. So once they signed once they signed Nas, you know what Jay-Z did? No. He went on tour. He did the sneaker tour with 50. Remember that? The G-Unit, Reebok.
I mean, they both.
Was you around for that, or was you on deployment?
I had a pair of them fucking joints.
Well, there you go.
There's some new shit. We go around the corners.
It's like, all right, you wanna you know what I mean, do business with who I'm beefing with. Because
Nah, but remember they both had that wasn't really. I mean, Hove been going on, but remember they both were signed to Reebok. Remember they had the S dot, so that really was a Reebok thing, you know.
it happened right after, so it was a coincidence then.
I mean,
It's a hell of a
they always
coincidence.
signing them deals, though. I mean, you ain't gonna blow a multi-million-dollar deal for, you know.
And after that 50 thing, all right, we good. You know what I'm saying? He had no problem with Jay-Z, but Jay-Z apparently still has a problem with him for some reason.
I mean, 50 be taking shots at him all the time. And they be together with each other, then they take shots at each other. Like, they both be taking shots.
Yeah, but I don't think 50's playing around with him. Hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, some of the shit 50 be a little too petty with. But, Brose, I'm about to get off this joint because I need to shower and all that shit and at least get like 2 hours of sleep before I got to get up for work.
Oh, yeah. Take your ass to bed and then act like you missed the meeting by accident.
No, I'm gonna tell him like, why would you even? No, I'm straight up telling. That's one thing I like about being at my rank and being there. I'm like, yo, why would you even? I told him I called yesterday, like, look, man, I ain't doing that shit. So whether they forgot, remember, or what have you, I'm like, that shit was stupid. Like, I don't even know why would you put the chief to be one of the first person anyway. You ain't even asked me going like my son's school don't open until 8:20, so the earliest I could drop him off is at 8:20. No sweat.
Oh, so much for that.
Shout out to Rumble. I see a couple of people poke their head in over there. Shout out to the guys that's watching on YouTube, man. I'm about to call this thing a wrap. We got jobs.
That's a fact.
You know, so
we got jobs, responsibilities, overhead, the whole shebang. Grown up things, you know?
Word.
Until the next one of Soul Sounds. Signing off.
Mo. If you know, you know.
Peace,
My
kid.
alter ego is the Mo Blanco show. So peace. Bam. I said appreciate all of y'all that tuned in. I might do a morning. All right, but you know. I'm out of here, man. I got work in the morning, so I got work in like 2 hours. I'm gonna go get me a nap. Until next time, peace.